All right. Good morning. Thank you all for being here today and joining us this morning. We're here to announce that Macy's.com has signed a major long-term lease here at 680 Folsom Street. Before I begin, I want to thank our hosts this morning, TMG Partners and Rockwood Capital, for opening up their building and allowing us to do the event here today. Before I hand it off to the mayor, I want to introduce our speakers today. Following the mayor, we'll have Kent Anderson, president of Macy's.com, who will be followed by Michael Covarrubias, CEO of TMG Partners. So with that, Mayor Lee.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I got to have a joke, so I don't know if it's Ed Lee joke or not, but what do you do when it rains in San Francisco? You move the construction indoors. That's what it does, right, gentlemen? All right. I can hear them whispering, okay, what's my next job, Mayor? What are you doing about that? But I want to thank Plant Construction, their employees who are standing behind me. Clearly want to thank Michael Covarrubias and TMG because they've been working with the city so well in all of the properties that they manage, and that is inviting to be consistent with our whole tone in the city, a tone that I registered very strongly that our technology companies, including Macy's.com and so many others, want to stay in the city. If they do, we're going to change our habits to make sure they're welcomed in. And I know that this is an exciting day, almost exciting, Kent, as maybe in 1998 when you started Macy's.com as the first employee trying to bring technology into the whole retail business and making it even more successful and setting the groundwork for that success. And then you look today, across the country, 166,000 employees with all the divisions and multiple stores, billions of dollars. In fact, I think $25 billion to be exact for just the fiscal year 2010 across the country. Those are serious numbers in retail. And, I'm just familiarizing myself with the numbers because if you're at home with Anita, my wife, she just says, Macy's, go, support them. I like that store. She goes into the store whether she intends to buy or not, as enthusiastic she's been with Macy's because it's a brand that resonates with so many residents and visitors into our city. So thank you for locating this here, for making it the technology headquarters along with your headquarters in Cincinnati, New York. I know they're valuable to the whole company, but to be a great partner and to make sure this technology environment that we're building, that we want you to not only stay here but to grow here, is invaluable. And then to work with Michael and TMG and Plant and others to make this building complete. With Macy's.com and with what we announced earlier last month with Riverbed, this is now a building that's 80% complete with technology built. And it will be, and when they move in 2014, hopefully it'll be 100% total in this building, and that's the intention of it, is to bring such a spirit of innovation into our city and to make sure that we are growing it. And you gotta see what's going on in the rest of our city to realize how important it is. Because with this announcement today, we have a larger announcement that it joins the rest of our technology companies in breaching the 1 million square foot mark in the whole city just in the first 2 months of this year. 1 million square feet leased by technology companies. That's a wonderful, wonderful mark. It's significant for our city. It means jobs, jobs, jobs. It means not only these renovation jobs, which people behind me represent, but it also means the technology jobs and the wonderful things that are going on to continue and sustain the building of our modern workforce. But I also want to say to you that what makes Macy's such a wonderful company to work with is when the economy was down and when the federal government had to put in monies for special programs to hire people, Macy's stepped up. They hired some 45 people in the Jobs Now program just to get things started. So when things weren't down, they weren't saying, hey, we're going to punt it to somebody else. We're going to make a stake in San Francisco. We're going to work with the Jobs Now program. And through that Jobs Now program, you hired through the training that we created and the job preparedness that we created programs, 45 people to deal with not only technology, but marketing and customer service. That's a wonderful spirit in which Macy's has made a commitment to this city. So I want to thank him for that, because I've been going around just really understanding where the heart is in this city. And it begins with people that make a commitment that even in the hardest times, they're going to hire people locally here in San Francisco and make our city work even better. The announcement comes in with all kinds of other technology companies making a bid for these office spaces. It's becoming even much more precious, but it is exciting. And I think that we're doing all the right things in registering our commitment. Every week, I have a chance to unveil for myself companies where even the names were hard to even spill out because I didn't know what they meant. But now they're leasing office spaces in the tens, if not the hundreds of thousands. As you know, Salesforce began the year with a big, huge announcement of 400,000 square feet, and there was LinkedIn with their 67,000, and then Riverbed came in with their 160-odd thousand square feet right in this same building. I think Folsom Street seems to be lucking out because there are other companies that are locating in the South of Market area as well, and they're feeling the spirit of being part of the South of Market innovation spirit. So again, I want to thank Kent Anderson, whose personal history is involved in this and his development of technology for the company, but also I think the spirit of Macy's and Macy's.com being part of the spirit of San Francisco and innovating solutions and making customer-friendly store and retail to be more than just your old Macy's. It's really part of the new technology mode that everybody is buying from and interfacing with. So thank you very much for being part of this great announcement. Michael, thank you for your work in this effort as well. And plant construction, keep moving. All right, thank you.
And now Ken Anderson.
Thank you, Mayor Lee. That's for the kind words. We're obviously thrilled to be here. At the core of our strategy is positioning the company in downtown San Francisco because we think it's the most attractive place to put the company. And by being in the most attractive place in the Bay Area to work, we're able to attract the talent that we need to grow the business. So this is clearly part of our strategy. We're excited it came together. We're really looking forward to the partnership with TMG and Michael and building out this spectacular building and making it the new headquarters for Macys.com in a couple of years. So thanks again for all the partnership. We greatly appreciate it and look forward to a long relationship with the city of San Francisco. Michael.
All right. Well, I'm the most thrilled to be here 3 weeks later, having had the opportunity to announce the Riverbed lease with the mayor. And I think what I wanted to point out, there's a lot of people here from my company that had a lot to do with this. Matt Field, Sean Donnelly, and Brian Fleming. The folks at our partnership are here. There's Rockwood Capital is our capital partner. We were able to buy this building a couple of years ago as a product of a down market. And that allowed us to be competitive and in this cycle to be what I call fourth leading in terms of doing some transactions. What I'm most excited about is that the two tenants we've been able to make transactions with are both publicly traded, they're both profitable, and they both have a history of success. So we were able to attract the quality of tenants that we had always hoped. This building, as you all know, having walked into it, probably think it needs a little bit of a facelift. It is an opportunity for us to come up with what will be, as you can see over here, one of the, I think, best looking buildings in the city, designed by SOM, built by Plant, with the highest quality of features. We're rebuilding all of the core. These are huge floor plates, which are very efficient, 35,000 feet, 15-foot floor to floor. This is a little more than 15 foot, so objects are larger than they appear. But for the tenants up above, they'll have great views. And as I said, very efficient floor plates. So for us and our partners, we're really excited. The quality of the Macy's team that put this together in a short period of time was next to Herculean, and Kent was the leader of that pack. So we're very happy, and thank you all for being here. And Mayor, once again, thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have time for a couple of questions related to this announcement, if there are a couple.
Yes, I do. I don't know any specific sites, but I do think that building new buildings and designing new buildings are also going to be a very big part of this. I think that it is very smart for TMG to team up with the city about existing buildings, because these are just as valuable jobs. It is to reconstruct these buildings. But yeah, I think new buildings are part of it. Clearly, what's on my mind is the Salesforce campus, as revealed earlier this week, and we'll be working with Mr. Benioff about how to continue developing that site. We have other sites that are, I think, still vacant and very appropriate for building. So we will look forward to that, definitely in the agenda. Yes, I have, in fact, I've already started a working group on the abandoned school sites because for a variety of reasons, but the first one is, why is our school district sitting on vacant abandoned school sites and of course, they need our rainy day fund, they don't have enough funds, there's always a threat of the state. Again, if they don't get the sales tax, there's going to be hundreds of millions of dollars depleted from the school district. We've got to be smarter. And so we're going to provide, I think, that level of smartness. I think we can get companies like TMG and others to work with us on even school sites. They'll be an exciting part of it because they're situated all through the city in very good opportunities for development. Clearly, it should be part of my affordable and workforce housing, along blended with market rate housing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even see the Salesforce thing as a setback. Obviously, to people who want to immediately start on that design, it's a little bit of a slowdown there. But I do believe it's such a valuable piece of property because we were already feeling some pressures from other industries that wanted to expand. And clearly getting a message from partners with UCSF and the really growing research and technology area, and they were thinking, well, God, they're going to have to go south of Pier 70 to start looking at that. Well, this offers kind of a release on that opportunity. I think that dialogue is very alive and well. But when it comes to development of the city, generally we're still going a very strong direction. It's very positive. I've registered time and time again, I want the city to be investment friendly and have investor confidence that's very high. I know Michael's part of my group of people that I look to keep doing the kinds of things we need to do to keep that investor confidence up, and it's still in the right direction. There will be twists and turns as people figure out, like I think Salesforce has done, where they really need to be. And I think it's their employees that told them they feel so comfortable in this downtown area with all of the built-in transit infrastructure that's already there. And so I welcome that very strongly. We'll have a lot more of these kinds of buildings ready for them. But I think we're all still headed in the right direction. But I want to say to these workers here too, you better work hard and make all the money you can, because it's your spouses, your girlfriends, and your second girlfriends that I don't have that are going to be shopping at Macy. So make sure you get all that money in your pocket. A very good question. One of the reasons why I go to these technology companies on a weekly basis is not so much, part of it is to listen to the CFOs and the CEOs of those companies, and they educate me about what they're doing by way of their product development. But the other part of it that is just important is I have sessions with all their employees. They tell me why they want to live in the city. And a lot of the drive of these technology companies, reasons to stay here and grow here in San Francisco, is because they're finding the talent. If I don't take care of the needs of that talent, then we will have empty buildings. So I'm paying attention to when they say, Mayor, The reason why I'm here and I'm a key engineer to Macys.com and to Riverbed or to Twitter is because I want a good transit system. I want a good school system. I want my neighborhoods to be safe. I want a vibrant nightlife when I'm still in my 30s. Or I want to be able to start a family and get affordable housing here. If I take care of those other issues and not be singly dimensional in the way we approach business, I've got the essence of why these companies are here. It is not only investment friendly, we have to also be employee friendly and make sure that they know they can start a family here, be able to afford the stuff here, have good transit systems, have infrastructure that supports success in our business development. So I think that's the key.
Great. Thank you so much. I
Thank
think
you.
the speakers will be here for any further questions. And thank you all so much for being here today.